In this podcast episode, Professor Scott Galloway discusses the crisis facing young men in society today. He highlights various issues such as economic struggles, loneliness, and the impact of technology on relationships. Galloway emphasizes the need for compassion and understanding when addressing these problems, rather than blaming men for their own issues. Galloway begins by pointing out the alarming statistic that someone dies by suicide in the UK every 90 minutes, with 76% of these cases being male. He argues that society needs to recognize the struggles faced by men and provide them with support and empathy. He believes that men are often judged based on their economic success, which can lead to feelings of worthlessness and inadequacy. One of the main problems highlighted by Galloway is the economic disparity faced by young men. He states that men under the age of 40 are 24% less wealthy than previous generations, and the average age of a first-time home buyer has increased to 47. Galloway suggests that these economic challenges can lead to negative consequences for both the economy and society as a whole. Galloway also discusses the impact of technology on relationships and dating. He mentions that men are facing difficulties in finding partners due to factors such as online dating and the rise of artificial intelligence. He argues that men are increasingly turning to machines and algorithms for companionship, which can lead to loneliness and depression. The crisis facing young men also has implications for women. Galloway explains that as women become more educated and financially successful, the pool of viable mates for them decreases. This can lead to feelings of frustration and a sense of being unable to find a suitable partner. Galloway emphasizes that women should not be blamed for this situation, but rather society needs to address the underlying issues. Galloway suggests several solutions to these problems. He advises young men to focus on finding a career path with high employment rates and to invest in developing their skills. He also emphasizes the importance of living below one's means and practicing financial discipline. Galloway believes that young men should prioritize physical fitness and social interactions to improve their overall well-being. Galloway emphasizes the importance of financial security and the need for individuals to live below their means in order to build capital. He advises against trying to outperform the market by investing in individual stocks, and instead recommends diversifying investments by putting money into low-cost ETFs and index funds. He also highlights the power of compound interest and the need to recognize how quickly time passes. The discussion then shifts to the topic of masculinity and the need for a new vision of modern masculinity. Galloway criticizes the extreme views on both the far right and the far left, stating that neither approach is ideal. He suggests that masculinity should be defined by three pillars: protector, provider, and presence. Galloway argues that men should strive to be protectors, not only in physical terms but also by standing up for marginalized communities and individuals. He emphasizes the importance of understanding and supporting the transgender community, even if one does not fully comprehend their experiences. He believes that being a protector means moving to protect those who are being hurt or persecuted, regardless of one's understanding of the situation. The second pillar of masculinity, according to Galloway, is being a provider. He encourages individuals to work hard, save money, and invest wisely in order to achieve financial stability. He advises against excessive materialism and the need to flaunt wealth, instead advocating for living below one's means and focusing on long-term financial goals. The final pillar of masculinity, as described by Galloway, is presence. He emphasizes the importance of being present in one's own life and the lives of others. He encourages individuals to be actively engaged in their relationships, to be physically fit, and to take care of their mental and emotional well-being. Galloway also discusses the role of alcohol in society and personal lives. He acknowledges his own love for alcohol but advises individuals to do an audit of their addictions and consider whether reducing their intake would lead to improvements in various aspects of their lives. In terms of solutions to the crisis faced by men, Galloway suggests that raising the minimum wage would go a long way in addressing issues such as obesity, addiction, and depression. He argues that putting more money in the hands of lower and middle-income households would stimulate the economy and improve overall well-being. Galloway emphasizes the need for men to embrace the progress women have made and acknowledge their partner's strengths in managing finances. He believes that men should focus on providing for their families and expanding their circle of care to include extended family and the community through philanthropy. The conversation then shifts to the topic of procreation and the role of men as initiators in romantic relationships. Galloway differentiates between pursuit and predation, stating that men should take the lead in pursuing relationships while respecting boundaries and consent. He acknowledges the challenges and controversies surrounding this topic due to cases of abuse of power by men. Galloway shares his personal experience of encouraging his children to interact with strangers as a way to develop social skills and the ability to initiate contact. He believes that the ability to approach strangers, both professionally and personally, is fundamental to success and building relationships. The discussion then moves to the impact of online dating and the challenges faced by men in the current dating landscape. Galloway explains that online dating platforms often prioritize looks for women and financial success for men, leaving many men in the bottom 90% feeling excluded and humiliated. He suggests that more opportunities for in-person interactions and third spaces are needed to facilitate meaningful connections. Galloway also addresses the issue of workplace relationships and the importance of creating a social environment for employees to meet and form connections. He believes that workplace relationships are valuable and can lead to romantic relationships, but acknowledges the need for nuance and appropriate boundaries, especially in higher-level positions. The conversation then delves into the impact of artificial intelligence on jobs and society. Galloway expresses optimism about AI, stating that it will create more jobs and opportunities in the long run. He believes that while there may be some job destruction in certain industries, AI will ultimately increase productivity and lead to higher-paying jobs. He emphasizes the importance of vocational training and vocational certifications to prepare individuals for the changing job market. Galloway concludes by discussing the need for regulatory oversight of AI and the responsibility of elected leaders to address the potential negative impacts of technology. He criticizes the lack of action from tech companies in addressing issues such as misinformation and the negative effects of social media on mental health. He calls for more aggressive regulation and a focus on the well-being of society. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe.